Following up on the part 1 given 2 or 3 weeks before. Yeah. Thank you, Maharaj, for taking the time.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I would like to thank all of you for being here today. May Krishna shower with lot of divine love for all of you here. And you can extend it to your friends out there after taking a nice prasadam from me. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivarodhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivarodhari Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachare Yamuna Tira Vanachare Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Pramanande Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjano Salakaya Chaksuranmalitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Am Sri Gurun Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sangrajatam Sahagano Raghunathan Vidantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabando Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpaturubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyahevecha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadharo Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vande Nantadbhuteshwaryam Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nichopyat Prasadashad Bhakti Sastra Pravartaka. So we are continuing the part 2 of the divine love. Previously we have discussed, I've informed there are 3 kinds of loves in the air. One is called a blind love. Another is called conditional love. And another is called a divine love, unconditional love. So in this way, all over the world, people are trying to love each other. If they are not trying to love each other, at least they hope that somebody may like to love them. So we all like to be loved. And when people are giving us their love, Hare Krishna, thank you for this. Hare Krishna. Your garlanding is very divine. So everybody like to be loved in the world, and the best kind of loving reciprocation is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna, that the love accompanied by knowledge and detachment. Bhakti, Jnanam, Vairagyam. Love is like a bird, and the knowledge is like one side of the feather of the bird, and the detachment is another side of the feather of the bird. So the bird has got two feathers. When the bird has got knowledge and detachment, the bird of love, and they started to fly very beautifully. So the love is existing in the material world. Somewhere or other, most of the people in the world, they're caught up either in the conditional love or in the blind love. Unless somebody is enlightened with the knowledge. So I have mentioned, Krishna has mentioned, there are 20 things in the world is known as knowledge. Amat nidvam, adham vidvam. In the 13th chapter, text onward, on 8 onward, that Krishna has mentioned that there are 20 things known as knowledge. Number one is that humility. If anybody claims to be the very knowledgeable person, properly educated, they must be very humble in their life. So humility is the first principle of knowledge. Number two, pridelessness. We should not become pride about our existence in the world. There are always somebody is more better than us in the world. Number three, non-violence. We got to keep ourselves free from three kinds of violence. There are violence through the mental mind. There are violence in our speech. There are violence through our physical body. So number one, we should be accompanying our life with the humility. Number two, pridelessness. Number three, free of violence. Number four, tolerance. And number five, simplicity. And number six, approaching a bona fide spiritual master. Number seven, cleanliness. Keep our heart inside clean and our action also externally clean. Cleanliness is the seventh principle of knowledge. Number 8 is self-control. Number 9 is determination. Number 10 is to become free from the object of the sense gratification. And number 11, become free from false ego. And number 12, understand the main problem of life is birth, old age, death and disease. And the 13th, be living in a detachment of this world. And number 14 is to free from a family entanglement. And number 15 is to equipose in all the way of your life, whether you are happy, whether you are distressed, whether you are gaining, whether you are losing. In every condition of life, you are the same person. You are not fluctuating according to the situation around. And number 16 is that we should be Number 15 is to be equiposed. And number 16 is to be staying sometimes in a solitary place, try to understand our own self. And number 17 is to keep away from unwanted association. And number 18, to be seeking for self-realization. And number 20 is to ultimately to seek for something, the absolute truth which is controlling our body, our mind, our senses, and all of life together. We are not totally in control. Nothing is wrong in the material world. Money is very important. And your anger also very important. Everything is very important in the world as long as they are in control of you. When you are able to control the money, money is good for you. When you are able to control your anger, anger is good for you. When you are able to control your speech, it's good for you. So Krishna consciousness is the universal principle for a living being to become interacted among each other. Prabhupada says at the present moment in the world, people are fighting like dogs and cats. People are not having unity in their life, and they are not having unity in their life because their life become very imbalanced. There is an emotion inside us known as the sthayi bhava, permanent emotion. Somewhere or other, our interaction in the material world is only merely on the material subject matter, which is fluctuating all the time. So somewhere or other, we are not experiencing that divine within us. In the chapter 2, text 53, Krishna says that, Shruti vipti vipartannate yadi stasayasi nishchalam Samadhav achala buddhi tada yogam avapsyate Shruti vipratipannate. There are no lot of knowledge in the world only talking about the modes of material nature, all subject to the modes of material nature. The knowledge is only subject to the material way of life, but there are knowledge beyond this material way of life. So Krishna says that when a person come out from the concoction of this so-called material knowledge, we are in the concoction of mind. We are living in the dreaming world because the soul is entrapped into this material body. So our life, sometimes we are very conscious about certain things, but at the same time, sometimes we become subconscious. We are not very conscious about what is happening around us. And sometimes we are totally unconscious. We don't even know what is happening around us. There are people who don't even remember they have got a family, they have to go back to the house, they have to speak to their wife, they have to speak to the children, they have to speak to the husband. There are a lot of, but people are too busy in the smartphone. And the smartphone become their wife, the smartphone become their, children, everything is in the smartphone, So somewhere or other, we have come to speak about this divine love, which is very important for every one of us to live very peacefully in the world. And when His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, when he registered this organization in America in 1966, the first reason he says that is that in the world people are not happy and peace. There are imbalance in the emotion of the people's life. So there is requirement for Krishna consciousness so that Krishna consciousness can make balance of this permanent emotion in the heart of the living being. When the imbalance becomes balanced and they enjoy the happiness and peace of this world. So everybody seeking for love in the world, everybody like to be loved. In the chapter 5, text 1, Krishna explains, Sannyasam karmanam krishnam punar yoga cha samsasi yachraya yathayor ekam tanme bruhist nishchitam. In the chapter 5, text 1, there is a question by Arjuna to Krishna. What is very important? To renounce everything or to do everything with love. To give up everything or to work everything in love. Sannyasam karma yoga sa nishraya karayo tayosta karma sannyaso karma yoga visishyate. The Lord says renouncing everything in the world and doing everything with great love, both also leading you to the path of self-realization. But between these both, Krishna says, doing everything with love is more important, more better than anything else. Gyaya sanitya sannyasa yona dvastina kansati nidvandvoi mahabaho sukham bandham pramuchyate. And further Krishna explains, he says that when a person becomes free from desires and hatredness in the world, when he becomes free from attachment and the hatredness in the world. When a person is slowly going into the subject of self-realization, he becomes most happier in his life. When somebody is doing something and he hasn't got any kinds of likingness toward that things, in the same time he hasn't got any kinds of dislikingness against anything. He understands that is my part in my life to play a very neutral role. Why today people are finding it so much of disturbance? Because of the imbalance that we do not know how to perform our daily activities in a way that it can bring more peace and happiness in our life. So Krishna says, Sannyasastu mahabhavo dukkam aptum ayogata yoga yukta vinmukta yoga yukta samudatma Muneryukta vichatyate. Krishna says that even somebody renounce everything in the world, but if he don't have a love in his heart, and he also remain miserable in his life. Yoga yukta visuddhatma vijitatma jitendriya sarva bhutatma bhutatma kurvanapnoti kilbisa. In the chapter 5, text 7, Krishna explains when you act in a way that you're not attached to likingness and dislikingness, and you're doing it out of self-realization, he says that you'll begin to love everything in the world, and the world will begin to love everything in yourself. That will be a reciprocation. Love between each other living entities when they are doing things without thinking of likingness and dislikingness. Is a matter of duty I'm performing in my life to carry out the duty of my life in a way that been mentioned by Lord Krishna. So in this way that we have to understand. Prabhupada says that in 1972 he wrote a letter to one of the disciples. He says that, in Krishna conscious movement, we are trying to love Krishna. And there is no force, to upon anybody to know the way to love Krishna. It's all voluntarily. Prabhupada says, I came from India without a single penny to America. I did not bribe anybody to do something, to do some service for Krishna for myself. He says, everything began is due to love. He says, when I came for first, few years, I've been loitering around the street. I don't even know where am I going to stay. I do not know anybody around. I don't even have money to do anything in that country. But somewhere or other, slowly, there are boys and girls came and joined the movement. And slowly, they've been doing everything to please Krishna. He says, because when they came, that I cook for them, I serve them, I myself wash the plates and everything. And slowly they saw that I'm giving love to them, and they started to cook for me, and they wash the plates. So the reciprocation love comes because I give them love and they give me love. There is no anything we bought over by money in this subject matter. So in this way that we have to understand that now we are talking about the divine love, and the divine love is not something outside of all of us. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Sanatana Goswami asked him, he said, Apanara ita ita kittu nahi jane gramme vihare pandita tai satyama. Please tell me who am I, and who am I? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jiva re swarupai, Krishna re nitya, Krishna re tadat sakti, Veda Veda Prakash. He said, every living being in the world, the eternal servant of Krishna. And he says that Nitya Siddha Krishna Parima Chadiya Kabunaya Sravanidi Chirakite Karaya Hudaya. Mahaprabhu said that the Nityam, the divine love, is already in the heart of all the living beings. By sitting and hearing and chanting the Krishna conscious, the holy name of the Lord, slowly the divine love in the heart of the living entity blossom, and it become attracting all other living beings. So according to the Rupa Goswami, there is the divine love, there's a permanent sentiments, emotions are in our heart is known as the Sthayi Bhava, the permanent emotion. And the Sthayi Bhava is divided into two. One is primary, second, other one is secondary. The primary is called Mukhya Rati, the secondary is called Gauna Rati. The primary subject matter is that there is the primary relationship we have got with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The similar situation, the relationship we have got in this material world. So that permanent emotion in our heart has got two parts. One is the primary, second is the secondary. The primary is that our primary relationship, just like in the material world, we have got 5 kinds of relationship in the material world. One is with the country, with other people, and we are living in this country. We feel that, all of us, we are, people of Switzerland. We feel this is our country, but among each other we will not know each other, but at the same time we are very neutral when we come together. But at the same time we feel that we are one, citizen of this country. This is Santarasa, a neutral sambandha relationship in the world. And there is, second is the dasya, that, you are in the servitude, you go to work and then you go and work for your boss. There is a servant and master relationship is there. And the third one is Sakya, that among the friendship, that, we come together as a friend. And the fourth is that, parental relationship. And the fifth is that Madhurya, that is among the lovers, there a loving relationship between boyfriend and girlfriend, between husband and wife. So in this way, in the material world, we have got these 5 kind of relationship, but primarily this relationship is with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Somewhere or other, we are eternally connected to any of this relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these are the Mukhya Rati, it is a primary relationship in the permanent emotion in our heart. And to interact with that permanent emotion, the relationship with the 5 kinds of relationship, and Krishna has given us, there are dominant sentiments, 7 dominant sentiments within our heart. That is called Asya, number 1, number 2 is called Adbhuta, number 3 is called Virya, number 4 is called Karuna, number 5 is called Krodha, number 6 is called Bhayanaka, and number 7 is called Bibhishaka. There are 7 dominant emotions that are there inside our heart. Now, to interact with the 5 primary relationship is that if you are with your parents, how you interact in a nicer way, that your parent can give you more love and you can give more love to your parent. And if you are interacting with your friends, how to have a genuine friendship, that is also, it is there, it is within us. The primary relationships are there, and to support that primary relationship, to blossom that relationship, Krishna has given us the dominant sentiments of 7 kinds. Number 1 is Asya, means that jovial mood are there in our heart. It's not all the time we are serious about life. There are jovial part also is there. So the jovial emotions Krishna has given us, these are the permanent emotions. And the jovial emotions are there. And number 2, wonder emotions are there. We are very inquisitive about many things in our life. And number 3, that virya, that chivalry emotions are there. Sometimes we feel we can do everything in the world. We have got that power. Chivalry is there. And number 4 is compassion. Also, one kind of emotions are in our heart. And number 5, anger, also one kind of emotion in our heart. And number 6, fear is also one kind of emotion in our heart. And number 7, frustration, also one kind of emotion, are permanently situated in our heart. Now all these emotions are reflecting outside in a material way, because we are connecting all those things with the material relationship, but primarily our eternal relationship, originally it has been connected into Supreme Personality of Godhead, either through Santarasa or Dasya or Sakya, Vatsalya or Madhurya, either in the neutrality relationship, or either in the servitude, either in the friendship, or either in the parental, or among the husband and wife, girlfriend and boyfriend, somewhere or other, because we are connecting, we are taking the relationship from outside and taking the emotion from inside, and we are connecting into the material way of, interaction. So it brings in all the negative, all your jovial attitude, sometimes put people into a great frustration. Sometimes people say that you're not serious about life. Sometimes people are hurt about your jokes. Sometimes people, don't like to talk to you, even though you are enjoying talking, but people are fed up of hearing your talk. So somewhere or other, that permanent emotion inside us. So now there's a permanent emotion there, which, you cannot eliminate this permanent emotion, but you are able to control the permanent emotion. As I said, in the world, money is important, provided you can control the money. Your way of thinking is very important, provided, you can control your mind. And, your anger is important, provided you can control the anger. So in this way, when the permanent emotion in our heart are connected with Krishna, what happened? Your heart become melted. It's very important. When you got a heart like a rock, you cannot expect, many friends are going to hang around with you. Why we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Because there are two kinds heart. We have got two kinds heart here. One is called Karkasa, another one is called Komalam. Karkasa means rock type of heart. Komalam means soft heart. So somewhere or other, interacting with the material energy outside, our heart has become like a rock. So somewhere or other, we are not able to enjoy that permanent emotion in ourselves because the heart is like a rock. Now we have to soften the heart, melt the heart, so that you are open to many different things in your life. And many people like to open to you because your heart is very soft and you are very kind. All the wonderful qualities, comes out of you when your heart becomes soft. So for that reason, Krishna has brought in the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that needs bit of cultivation in our life. It is there, but it has to be cultivated. Without that cultivation, we are not able to bring out that divine love within us. And that cultivation is called Krishna consciousness, the process of Krishna consciousness. As I said that, to go into a divine love, we have to do it everything with the knowledge. The chapter 4, text 33, Krishna says, Sriyan Drivya Maya Yagya, Jnana Yagya Parantapa, Sarva Karma Kilim Parla, Jnanam Parisamipyate. Krishna says, doing everything in life is more better than merely doing it. Merely giving something to somebody is not very good. Merely you go and try to go and do some cooking is not very good. Important, you do everything with great knowledge. If you want to do cooking, you must know how to do the cooking, so people come to your house to eat, they enjoy your food, and they come back again, otherwise they're not coming back again. So everything we have to do it with knowledge, because everything culminates within the knowledge. And by chanting the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, your heart becomes melted, becomes softened, and is ready to enjoy the divine love within us, because now your heart is very soft to accept the divine consciousness from Krishna consciousness. In this way that that process is called bhakti is a devotional services unto the Lord, and that process gives you the ultimate peace and happiness in your life. So that should be a cultivation. It's not love, it's not just going to happier like that. You have to talk to them very nicely, and they have to reciprocate in a very nice way. There is an interaction between two people that is called a loving interaction. There was a man in Krishna's time, there was a man, he had a lot of Krishna picture around the wall, but he was not doing anything for Krishna. And one day Krishna, out of kindness, he came to him, he said, you put all my picture around the wall, that looks very nice, but you are not doing anything for me. You are not reading the Bhagavad Gita, you are not chanting Hare Krishna, you are not offering anything to me. So how to understand that, you love me? The man says, I put all your picture around because your pictures look very attractive. And I'm attracted to your picture, nothing else. That is my, connection with you. Krishna is very kind. He looked at this man. He said, at least he likes my picture. So I must help him out. So Krishna told him that, why not, you do something for me, then we can exchange our love. Dadati pratigriyani bhungte. He said very, very important, when you want to exchange love with people, it's not only giving and giving and giving and giving and not receiving. That is not going to happen in that way. So Shastra says that, you must give some gift to your friend, and your friend in return gives back some gift to you. You call him and give him some food. He also calls you and give you some food. And you got some difficulty with your mind. You reveal, confidentially to your friend, and they reveal, their mind confidentially. There's an exchange of love. So Krishna says, why not we exchange the love so that it's become better for both of us. And he says, doing something for you is not easy, Krishna. You are the Supreme Lord. So do something for you means I must be very serious doing, and I must continuously doing. And you are the Supreme Lord. It's not that easy. So Krishna asked him, have you got Bhagavad Gita in your house? He said, yes. So have you read the Bhagavad Gita? He said, no. So Krishna said, that is your problem. He said, bring the Bhagavad Gita. And then he opened the chapter 9, text 26. What is that? Patram puspam palam toyam yoma bhaktya prayachati. That aham bhakti upartan asnami prayatman. Doesn't matter whether a leaf or flower, water, fruit. You give it to me with love, I will accept it. Doesn't matter. And he says, Krishna, I'm living in India. It's not possible. It's not going to be easy for me. Krishna asked him, why? He said, look, you're talking about the leaf, you look at the tree in India, all the trees, it's all like, no beautiful leaves are there. All the leaves got so many holes. How to offer, leaves with holes like that? Offering means must give you the beautiful leaf, without any damages in it. So that is why I cannot give you. So Krishna asked him, how about, flower? And he said, India population is very big, everybody, there are many taking birth is coming in every day, and many people dying for birth and death, they require a lot of flowers, and there are many temples around. So, giving flowers, I have to give every day, but, here maybe shortage of flowers. So one day I don't give it to you, no, that's not very good. So Krishna asked him, how about, fruit, you could have given me some fruit. And he says, Krishna, the fruits in India, all the rotten fruits, the best fruits are coming from Switzerland. So how to give you fruit? Give means must give the best one. And Krishna asked him, how about, some water? He said, Krishna, in India, people are lining up for water from morning to night. There are plenty of, people around. There's shortage of water. How to go and look for water for you? And Krishna asked him, have you got 2 eyes or not? He said, yes. Can you cry or not? He said, yes. Then cry. He said, you cry, there will be water flowing from you. I'm talking about the water from inside you. I'm talking about love and not anything from outside. So divine love is coming from inner. Nothing from mental concoction. Mentally we dream lot of things. We think that, our loving affairs is going to blossom to become the best Julius and Caesars, and it's going to be, we're going to get married and we're going to purchase a big bungalow, we're going to buy a big car, we're going to have, 2-3 children. Every children are going to be very obedient to me, and my husband is going to buy, every day going to buy gift for me, and my wife is going to cook beautiful food for me every day. Everything goes nicely. We are in the concocting world. Krishna says, the moment you come out from the mental concoction of your life, coming to the reality of life, that everywhere we are seeing is not happening in that way. But then, how it can come into a reality that, you connect, there's a primary relationship, but unfortunately we are connected to the secondary relationship, and we have got a great hope that the secondary relationship, between boyfriend and girlfriend in this world, between, husband and wife in this world, between parents and children in this world, that is going to, give you the great, peace and happiness in your life. That means you are in the dreaming world. Because, it's a secondary, it's not, primary relationship. Origin is not from here, but origin from the up there, from Krishna himself. Prabhupada beautifully explained this material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Beautifully, Prabhupada says, you are standing now, I pulled your leg and then I put you upside down, Your leg up and then your head down, How you feel? Oh, very divine. Do we feel very divine? You feel very uncomfortable. So we are now upside down in the material. Originally we were there in the spiritual world, in the association of the Lord. Coming to the material world, our life is like upside down. Yesterday I met one of our devotees, their daughter. I know when they were very small. When I came 20 years ago, I used to see them very small. And now they're married, they got 2, 3 children. So I asked them, how's your family life? They said, Maharaj, you don't ask me about myself, you ask about my children. I don't have time for anything myself. I'm in a great anxiety. I can't even, sleep, peacefully. Every time I'm in anxiety about the children. And they said, my life is upside down. But then again, if you know how to organize your life very nicely with connection with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because there is things that you must able to bring it under your control. We don't even know what is our problem. Sometimes people think, my boyfriend is the problem. Sometimes they think girlfriend is the problem, wife is the problem, man is the problem. Sometimes ask somebody, you're already 37 years old, are you intend to get married? Oh, no, that is, it's a miserable life, I don't want to go in. So people have got varieties, ways of answering. But Krishna says the problem is not about a boyfriend or girlfriend, husband and wife or anything. He said in the chapter 5, text 22, Krishna says, Ei samprasaja bhoga dukkayonaya evate adiyantavantu kaunteya natesu ramate buddha. He said, any intelligent person, they do not indulge, the senses, the knowledge acquiring senses into the, material activities, material world. So our main problem is that our own body and senses is nothing else, not about, externally, anybody from outside. Our hearing process, our ear, our eyes, our nose, our tongues, our skin, they are the knowledge acquiring senses. And through that, we get information around us. And when these knowledge acquiring senses just simply interacting with these material activities, then it brings in a problem into our life. So Krishna says the problem of life is not about, man or woman, husband or wife or anything. Prabhupada said man is good, women are good, but when they come together they become bad. And they fight, you big, I big. And nobody big, Baba. Just like the tiger, went to the lion. Oh, you are very big. Tiger don't want to answer. Are you very big? Don't want to answer. And irritating. Are you big? Are you big? Are you big? And the elephant gave a kick to the tiger. The tiger went and fell somewhere. And then he came back and said, oh, if you do not know the answer, just say don't know the answer. Why you are getting angry? And he get another kick again. So we are getting kicked in the material world, but hoping, against the hope. So here Krishna says these things are, you cannot cut off your ear, you cannot pluck out, your eyes. Krishna says, Sagnoti eva yasodam, praksariram vimukshanat kamakroda bhava vegam sayukti sasukhi nara. In the chapter 5, text 23, Krishna says, now all those things you cannot eliminate from this world. We are influenced by karma, 6 kinds of enemies. There are 6 kinds of enemies are living in us due to our forgetfulness of Krishna, due to our disconnection from the primary relationship, and the 6 kinds of enemies are known as the karma, different kinds of desires, and krodha, anger, and the other one is, kama, krodha, lobha, greediness, and moha, illusion, and mada, madness, and enviousness. These are the 6 kinds of enemies are living inside us due to our forgetfulness of our permanent emotion with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now Krishna says you cannot eliminate this enemy. There's no way you can throw out your anger from you, because eternally, permanently it's been given to you, so that you use your brain to act something. Sometimes you have to become anger to come up in your life. People say you're an idiot. And you can, yeah, I'm an idiot. You must feel why this guy said I'm an idiot. He said, because you're not working, you're a lazy fellow. Oh, that means become angry. That means I must start working, make money, I have to show him. Sometimes you have to use your anger towards children, don't do this, don't do that. So there is no way you can eliminate these things, but you can control these things. So that is what Krishna says. Saknoti haiva yasodam, a person who can tolerate in this world of the demand of the senses. One is tolerate, another is, become free from different kinds of desire and become free from anger. When a person do these things, and then he goes into the happiness and peace of life. So you have to bring in the tolerance in our life, because life is not the way we are thinking. Everything is going to happen according to our plan. We got our plan, Krishna has got his plan, and finally Krishna's plan will be executed in the world. So there is no way to eliminate anything here, but there is a way to control everything. When to bring in the anger, you are able to do. When to bring in the money, you are able to do. When to let go the money, you are able to do. When to let go the anger, you are able to do. To do that, Krishna says, you must practice tolerance in your life, and you must become free from all kinds of desires in your life, and you become free from any kinds of anger. And he says, Yonta Sukhantar Arama. Yonta means inside you. The permanent divine love is situated inside you, and you will start enjoying the permanent emotion inside you when you start practicing, how to be tolerant, how to be free from desires, how to be anger, and to do this thing, that is why you need to bring in the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Somewhere or other we are caught into this perverted reflection of this material world, the perverted reflection of this spiritual world. Somewhere or other the soul, which is very pure, very divine, is entrapped within this body, and this body contains of 23 elements. There are 5 main elements are there: earth, water, fire, air, ether. There is also 5 working senses are there, 5 object of the senses are there, 5 knowledge acquiring senses are there, and there are 3 subtle consciousness are there: mind, intelligence, and false ego. There are 23 elements within the body is already within ourselves. There's another one, 3 modes of material nature. When we're interacting with the modes of material nature, somewhere or other we are fluctuating. Sometimes we are in the mode of goodness, or mode of passionate, or mode of ignorant. Somewhere or other we are entrapped within this material body, and that has created our action with this material world again and again, more and more. That brings in the enemies, which is known as the lust, which is known as the anger, which is known as the greed, which is known as the illusion, which is known as the madness, and which is known as the jealousy. It is coming out and interacting with everybody. Because we are more and more we are engaging our primary relationship, our dominant sentiments, which is by nature is very divine, is connected to the material world. Just like Kundi Devi said, there are bulbs in the world, there are 60-watt bulbs, there are 80-watt bulbs, there are 90-watt bulbs, when they are connected into the powerhouse, and then they are shining. So we are like 100-watt bulbs of a divine love. We are very divine by nature. There are 2 kinds of living being. Krishna talks in the 16th chapter. Dua bhutao sargo lokesmin daivam asuram evacha daivam vitarastas padla asuram pata mechrino. There are 2 kinds of living being in the world. One is divine and one is demoniac. So now if you wanted to have a divine love, you have to become divine. Very easy. And Krishna gives, the symptoms of a divine love. Abhayam sadvam samsuddhir jnana yogam yavashtita. Beautifully in the 16th chapter text onward, Krishna says that a person who is in divine consciousness and they are fearless, they are not fear of anything in the world. And they are existing, their life is very purifying. And they are connected themselves with knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they are very charitable, dhanam, dhamam, they are very self-controlled. And they are free from any kinds of violence, and they are, always very kind to the other living being. And they are very interested in studying the scripture. There are beautiful, description there in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 16:1, that, what is, of living being who are in a divine consciousness. So when you got some time, you go back to the house, you look into chapter 16, text 1, 2 and 3. And Krishna also explained the person who was in the demoniac consciousness. Dambo darpa bhimanascha krodam parusyam evacha agyanam cha bijatasya pata sampatim asurim. Asura means demoniac person. He said dambom dharpa, they are very proud about their existence. Prideness. They are very arrogant. Bhimanasa, they are very harsh in their talks. Krodha, simply, unnecessarily, they get anger in their life, angry. And Bhimana, they are always boasting about themselves. Oh, you know about me, I am like this, like this, like that. And another fellow, you know about me, I'm also like this, like that. The Prime Minister of India, that time Vajpayee, he went to a mental hospital. And he went to the mental hospital, he met the mental case. He told one of the mental case, Namaste. And, then the mental, he looked at him, what? He said, Namaste. So normally the mental also says, Namaste. Then the Prime Minister says, do you know something? I'm the Prime Minister of India. The mental says, what? He said, I'm the Prime Minister of India. The mental case, he says, previously I told them like that, they put me into the mental hospital. So sometimes, people, Krishna says, dambam dharpa, those who are demoniac, they're very arrogant and they're very proud about themselves. And they're always boasting about their existence in the world. Easily they get angry of everything. And their talks, very hurting to other people. Again, they're very foolish. They think, they know everything in the world. And pravartim cha nivartim cha. And beautifully Krishna continues, the people who's in demonic nature, they don't even know what is good, what is bad, what to be done, what not to be done. There is no proper, truth in their speech. There is no proper behavior in their life. And asatyam apratistam te. He said, they think there is no other, foundation in the world, that, everything is only about sex life in the world. There is no God, no foundation, no nothing. Itam risir avastabhya alpamana buddhaya. They become very, very unintelligent in the world. Everything they plan out to destroy other people in the world. Asa pasa satir bada kamam. They are carried away by millions of desires within themselves, and they accumulate money and everything by illegal means. Somewhere or other they don't mind to kill and do anything to anybody because they are in the demoniac nature. And Krishna says in the chapter 16:21 that a person who gives up kama krodha tada lobha tasmat itam trayam de. There are three gates to the hellish planet. One is the desires in people's life, one is anger, another one is greediness. He said these are the things push people to the hellish planet. Ita vimukta kaunteya tamo dware triber guna. And he says that, Achari Atmane Sreya Tato yanti param gadim. When a person comes out from this, 3 gates of hellish planet, when people come out, from giving up the material, different kinds of desires in the world, when people can, become free from, greediness of their life, when they become free from anger, Krishna says, that person, he be enlightened in the world, and then he attains divine consciousness. So very simple that, to understand that it's only 2 kinds of being in the world. One is divine, another one is demoniac. And divine is very tolerant, they're very kind, they're very honest, they're very, clean inside and outside. They always seek to help other people, and they're always interested into the subject matter of self-realization. But the demoniac are very, arrogant, they're very proud, and they're very rude to the people, they're, angry all the time. So if you wanted to develop a divine life, you have to develop the quality of divinity in yourself. And Krishna said that is possible to do by connecting himself in the self-realization. And the self-realization easily comes into our life by simply chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the chanting will melt your heart. You become komalam. You remember this word? Komalam means soft heart. And karkasa means very hard, like rock. So this perfection of divine life been attained by the gopis of Vrindavan. There were gopis of Vrindavan. Krishna was their boyfriend, and they were the girlfriend of Krishna, and they were enjoying their life. But there was a time Krishna has to leave Vrindavan and go away, and he did not return for 100 years. But the gopis, they waited for Krishna for 100 years, and Krishna waited for him to come back, after that, because they love truly. They had a divine love within themselves. They don't mind to give up anything in their life simply to give their love to Krishna. And Krishna don't bother about what people are going to talk about him, but he interact very happily with the gopis, and the gopis were always thinking of Krishna, and Krishna is always thinking about the gopis. Never at a time the gopis thought about themselves. After 100 years, they went to Kurukshetra, to meet Krishna. Krishna came from Dwaraka on the auspicious day to take bath in the Ganges there. They came, from Dwaraka with all the soldiers and everybody. From Vrindavan they went, and then, the gopis, Radharani, they say, Tadapi Hamara Mana, my dear Krishna, we are meeting again. But our meeting is not same like in Vrindavan. In the Vrindavan is more very, simple, very attractive. Here you are coming with a lot of elephant, horses, and all kinds of soldiers. You are like, king, but we like to see you as a simple, a boy with the flute, so please come back to Vrindavan. And Radharani says, we would have died, because you have left us, but we were still, maintaining our life, because when you come back to Vrindavan, if we are not there, that will hurt you. So we are living because of you, and we are not dying because of you. Everything we do, we put on a certain kind of dress, to make sure that you are happy to see it. We put on certain kind of ornaments to make sure that, you are attracted. In this way, Krishna does lot of things for the gopis, and gopis, did lot of things for Krishna. But there is no divorce in their marriages, there is no divorce in their loving interaction. No girls went and told their mother, I was with Krishna last night and now I become pregnant. No mother said, you're going to abort the child. Because there is no karma, there is no lust in their relationship. So material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. That means what is love was there in the primary relationship, and coming to this world is turned into a karma, lusty desire. Prabhupada says just like a milk, very pure. When the milk, come in contact with the acid and it's become, yogurt. Similarly, we are by nature, originally we had that pure love, divine love for Krishna. But coming to the world like an acidity kind of people in the world. There are people like acidity, very difficult to interact with them. Everything become very artificial in the world. The way people smile, artificial. The way people cry, artificial. The way people walk to impress others, artificial. Everything become very artificial. So Krishna says, as long you're sitting with your concoction mind, manufacturing something artificial, how are you going to develop that divine inside you? So you have to come to the reality of life, that we got a primary relationship with Krishna. There are 5 different ways, and Krishna has given 7 sentiments to interact with him, so that developed to become a divine love. And your jovial becomes very attractive, and your wonder becomes very attractive. And your chivalry become very attractive, and your compassion become very attractive. Your anger become very. That's why Gopi is angry with Krishna, because he's not coming to see them in time. He follows the India time. So there is wonderful ways of interacting. So try to understand, it's a very global organization, ISKCON is a very, universal organization. Bring in the universal love, when you keep Krishna in the center of your life, And Krishna says, I'm friend to every living. Prabhupada gives an example. When a woman married to somebody, all the women's friends become the friends of the husband of a newly married woman. All the enemies of that family become your enemy. Earlier you do not know, about that family. The moment you marry this girl, all the girl's friends become your friend, all enemy becomes your enemy. You go, hey, don't look at that girl, she's a very nasty girl. And you don't even know about that girl. So why you create friends and enemies? Because central point is that one marriage. So Prabhupada, if you married to Krishna, and Krishna says, Bhuktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarvalokam Maheswaram Suridam Sarvabhutanam Gatva, is the friend of every living being. So naturally everybody will love you and you will love them. Very important, you are living in Switzerland, far away from India. India, there are many holy rivers, are there, many temples are there, many saintly people are there. And a very easy way to develop divine love in India. But you have come here, Prabhupada have established his organization here. Prabhupada says our ISKCON temple is like an oasis in the desert. The oasis in the desert. That in the desert you see, it's like a desert. But there are somewhere, there are fertile land. There are a little bit of something growing, there's some water there. Then you become the desert, you are walking, looking for water. But somewhere you find one corner, somewhere there's a fertile land. So Prabhupada says our ISKCON temple is like an oasis in the desert. You're looking for love everywhere. But there is one place you found here. What is this place? Bagab. What is the address of this place? Is it burglar? Don't try to be too clever, There was, yeah, I have to tell you, there was a helicopter, 5 are traveling in the helicopter, 4 men and 1 woman. And the pilot says, it's quite imbalanced, better you hold, there is no landing gear there. There's pipe there, holding to that. And 3 this side, 2 that side, they're holding to, the landing. And, the pilot says still, it's a danger. Can one of you jump from here, sacrifice your life? So one side, there are 3, 4 men and 1 woman. So the 4 men were looking at the woman, can this girl jump or not? And the girl is looking at them. And the men were thinking, oh, we're very clever, we can control everything here. And then suddenly the woman said, never mind, I will sacrifice my life. Normally the women are very, very peaceful, they're very motherly, Normally mothers sacrifice for the children. So all the men standing here for, so I will jump from here. The woman say like that, and every man grab the end, and everybody collapse and die. So we should not become too intelligent, follow what Krishna says and go happily do your work. Happily, you make friends in your life. Happily, you can get married. Everything can become very happy, provided you have got the power to control them. And to control them, you have to control your mind. And to control your mind, you have to chant the mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Thank you so much for being here today. Hope to see you next time, and may Krishna bless you with lots and lots and lots of love for all of you. Hare Krishna.
His Holiness Bhakti Mukunda Swami Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. So I guess maybe some of you have questions. Maharaj will be here after the talk. You can come and ask individually. Now there will be a vegetarian feast outside, Prasadam. You're all invited, and at 6:15 there will be a japa meditation. You can learn how to chant on prayer beads in the temple room. And at 7 o'clock we have our Gora Arati. We have the ceremony and more kirtan, more chanting of Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Just a small announcement, next week on Wednesday we have another festival. We will be celebrating Ram Navami, which is the divine appearance day of Lord Ramachandra. And we are very fortunate because Maharaj, he will be giving in the morning extended class. And Maharaj actually knows very well the pastimes
not very well. Because there are monkeys involved in the story, so we are like a monkey. Be able to play around with them.
So if you like to, maybe it's difficult for you to come, but it will also be live streamed online from 7:30 onwards. And then in the evening we have another class. We also have a program starting at 6:30. And then we'll have His Grace Kripa Moy Prabhu. He is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada from the UK. And he will also be speaking in the evening. And His Grace Kripa Moy Prabhu, he will be here for 4 or 5 days from Wednesday till Monday. So he will give several lectures, and also his wife will be speaking. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming today. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yes.